In this Star Wars Battlefront 2 news update video, I will be sharing with you what's included in the new updates for Kyber. Before we do dive into everything though, including the new stats page, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Battlefront 2 videos, including Kyber news. So, late last night, a brand new patch was made available by the Kyber team for Kyber v2, and it includes a bunch of stuff which we need to get into. I will also be showing you what's different and just going through the patch notes plus the developer update on what's going on with Kyber. So kicking things off, they did reiterate something I mentioned in my previous Kyber update video, that Battle Dash, the creator of Kyber, has since stepped down because they are working for EA, but it's not going to be affecting Kyber's development. The reason being they've added more people to the development team and they are continuing the work to make sure Kyber does release. The reason why Kyber is not ready for release is because there are bugs, and more are found when more and more people sign up to the Patreon or when they do start new waves of playtesting. Just look at how many people have signed up to the Patreon. This is the credits in the Kyber launcher, and there's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. There are two frequently asked questions I get every single day, basically, and the first one is, when is Kyber coming out? And it's still the answer that I gave in my previous Kyber video a month ago, and the Kyber team say they expect it to be out before the end of the first half of this year, so by the end of June. The next commonly asked question is, when is Wave 3 happening? Because it has been a few months since Wave 2 started. Originally the plan was to do waves every couple of weeks. Well, the Kyber team have put out a small update saying, we plan to begin Wave 3 of the beta playtest soon, so hopefully it's coming in the next few weeks, but there is no time frame at this moment in time other than soon. If you haven't signed up already for this playtest, make sure you do, so you're at least within a chance of getting into the next playtest. However, there are over 20,000 applicants, and they will probably only add maybe around another 1,000 or so, like with Wave 2. Let's now go through the patch notes of Beta 4 for Kyber v2. Firstly, just a quick note for those of you that were told to turn on Windows 7 compatibility mode as a fix for issues, you need to make sure you disable that before installing the latest update. When you do launch Kyber, you will be prompted to download the new update, as I am showing you on screen right here. So in the patch notes, they say they have fixed an issue where the Nexus mods login page would load indefinitely. They've also implemented a server list search and pagination. The mod category map is now considered a gameplay category. That means that mods with the map and maps category are now required to join servers that host them. They've added a download manager page, which I'm showing you right here. You are now actually able to pause, resume, and cancel downloads. The progress of downloads is now saved and will be restored when the launcher is restarted. Onto the feature that I would say most people will be excited for about this update. So they've implemented an early version of the stats page, and this allows you to view stats for your account on both the EA servers, so the base version of the game that goes back to launch, so it's accurate. It includes the stats that have been actually been tracked by EA since you started playing the game, as well as official Kyber servers. So the stats for when you've played on official Kyber servers have also been tracked, and you have that here. We can now take a look at the stats page and what's included so far. It's not fully fleshed out yet. There will be more things coming in the near future, but this is just a nice basic setup so far, and I'm very glad to see this. So let's go from left to right, starting with the amount of hours you have in official servers or Kyber servers. So for me, since launch, I've got just under 600 hours, and then there is also the amount of score you have and your overall career level. Then we can see our top 3 most played classes and units. So for me, it's Specialist followed by Assault and then Officer, but I have seen people have a certain hero like Anakin up there as well. Then we have the more interesting stats like total kills, total deaths, and the KD ratio, followed by assists, damage done, suicides, games won, games lost, and the win rate percentage. You can also see a breakdown of how many hours you've spent in the various unit categories. So you can see that I have just under 200 hours in infantry, 6 hours aerial, 12 hours enforcer, infiltrator has 15 hours, and heroes with 194. So surprisingly, I have an even amount in both infantry and heroes, which is pretty cool, I think. I've seen a lot of people have many more hours in Heroes, for example. You can also see the breakdown for the various vehicle classes, so Armoured, Artillery, Speeder, Fighter, Intercept, and Bomber. Again, there will be improvements made to the stats page, but for now it's just going to be like this, but it's a great step forward. There are just so many data points, I think they said there were a few thousand of them to pick from, that they just need to start off with a few before they add more, which makes sense, and I think this works pretty well. Continuing with the patch notes, they've improved loading times for the list of effective files when viewing mod details on the mod page. They've improved the UI and user controls on the mod page as well, so the expand list button has been moved to a more appropriate location, and you can also now use shift and left click to select multiple mods at once. They've improved the Nexus mod search for the mod browser, and recommended mods featured in the setup flow should now be always up to date. Mods can be dragged and dropped into other locations such as Discord. They've updated the credits page and several other minor UI improvements, which you'll spot. Overall, this is a nice, good update. I'm very happy to see the stats page because it's going to spark community discussion. Everyone's going to be sharing their stats of both the official servers and the Kyber servers, so that's just great to see. It just adds more engagement in this community that is still trying to continue this game on almost 5 years to the day after the game stopped getting content updates. Of course, not everyone can play Kyber at this moment in time. There's still only a few thousand people that have access, but more people will be getting it, like I said, in Wave 3 and then inevitably future waves and a full release by the end of the first half of this year. I know many people still have questions about Kyber and you'll probably be commenting them down below, but I actually did make a frequently asked questions video a few weeks ago, which pretty much covers all of the questions you have about Kyber, so make sure you do watch that video first because it basically explains everything that you need to know. I'd love to hear your thoughts though on anything I've discussed in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below, and remember to drop a like to help support the channel, subscribe so you don't miss any future Star Wars Battlefront 2 videos and Kyber content, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.